My heart was pounding, I was shaking, I was red, I couldn't say anything, I was very quiet. It was pretty embarrassing, but what I decided to do is that I'm just gonna start gradually. Hey guys, this is Mike Sygula, TruthTheory.com. So let's talk about confidence. My tools and tips for how to become more confident is, I would say, that the very basic thing. It's always like if you exercise, you release hormones, especially, for example, if you do leg workout, squats, jogging, etc. You actually release testosterone, and that can be helping with your mood, helps with confidence overall. And obviously a lot of stuff is genetic as well, genetic predispositions. Or better examples is, to me personally, I've been having all sorts of issues with confidence. I had my ups and downs, periods when I would be very confident and periods when I would completely lose my confidence. And I remember a lot of the time when I was confident, it was actually dependent on some of my success. And I think that's always a problem, if you tie your confidence to your results, if you lose your results, you're not getting what you anticipated, then your confidence will disappear, and that's a problem. So I think it's something to maybe be aware of. But let me give you a couple of examples of what I think works if you want to become more confident. So I used to have a lot of problems with public speaking, even just doing videos like that, but in general, I remember one of my first times I appeared on the stage somewhere at some business meeting or meetup or some kind of event or workshop, whatever. My heart was pounding, I was shaking, I was red, I couldn't say anything, I was very quiet. It was pretty embarrassing, but what I decided to do is that I'm just gonna start gradually. So that's always the key. You start with small step, and if you can, and the more you start doing something, the more you become comfortable with it. And then if you repeat the same thing many times, it becomes just normal for you. So it's like that with almost everything. So I would just go to some meetups, start practicing public speaking in some comfortable environment, small groups of people, and after a couple of months start becoming more and more confident about it. And then you just do it, like you talk to a camera, like I'm talking to this phone now. It just becomes some kind of normal thing. I used to compete in martial arts, in kickboxing, boxing when I was younger, and it was the same thing. Initially I was super stressed. A lot of people were extremely stressed with their first fights. But once you do 1, 2, 3, 4 fights, it just becomes like a sparring, like everything else. You just keep repeating it over and over, and at some point it's just another day, another habit. Whatever it is that you try to overcome, if you can actually start with tiny incremental steps. Another thing, obviously, if you cannot start with doing something by just trying small steps, maybe it's a bigger task, try pushing yourself to do the first thing. Let's say you want to meet a girl, and maybe she's, I don't know, your workplace, at school, whatever. First, imagine the situation in your head. Visualize having conversation with this person. Imagine that. Think about the emotion that you would embody during this situation, and then try to push yourself. Put yourself a goal. Let's say, this week I'm gonna do it. This week I'm gonna just come and say something, what's up, whatever. Just try to have these small goals, like this week I'm gonna do this week, whatever it is that you're uncomfortable with doing, but you feel like you need to do it, you need to get there. Think about just putting one thing and have that goal. This week, one thing, I'm gonna do this. Sometimes it helps also with where you have friends encouraging you. So if you do it with someone else, let's say you have something you struggle with but you want to do, your friends might have the same or something else. Just make a deal. If you're gonna do this week, whatever it's that it's challenging for you, I'm gonna do my thing. And then you encourage each other, you make each other accountable, and that can help as well. But overall, I would say the best thing is always trying with gradual small steps, and over time it just becomes your baseline. It becomes easier and easier and easier to do because you become more comfortable with it.